put my medal on. Whose blood to spill, I don't know. Whose side I'm on. Two armies are coming at me. Their flags and weapons look the same. One tells the truth, the other's lying. And they're both calling my name. This is how villains are made. This is how villains are made. Ooh, no one ever starts that way. But this is how villains are made. Time to put my medal on. Whose neck to cut, I don't know. Whose side I'm on. There lies my sanity. There goes my mind, I could not say. I don't trust what I see right in front of me. I don't know who to betray. This is how villains are made. This is how villains are made. So easily we're persuaded. When the lines are blurred and faded. No one ever starts that way. This is how villains are made. This is how villains
What just
are
happened?
made.
Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio is set to be arraigned following
Load up on guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self for sure. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello.
Peter said Ethan Nordine was the undisputed leader of the group that day as they tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
FBI agents arrested Proud Boys former national chairman Enrique Tarrio at this home in Miami. By 2 this afternoon, he was in federal court.
Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us.
It's wild to me that like our scenes just fucking changed out there and like the intro just started.
It's the feds.
I definitely think it's Rob, did you remove yourself off the thing? Okay. All right. Okay. Reno, are you touching buttons back there?
No, Reno's not back there. She's just logged in on Reno's.
Oh. Okay. So are you double logged in, Kim?
Yes.
I'm double logged in, but I have all my other stuff turned off and I'm not even touching it. So
Okay.
the only reason I even had it open was in case you guys wanted to talk gossip because I have the video I wanted to share.
All right. All right. So let's kick things off. Welcome to another episode of the NewsBrief.
What is with that
Today
spick
is
stash?
February 4th, and it is 12:04 p.m. And I am joined by my amazing hosts, Kim, Rob, and unfortunately, Barry.
Yep.
Barry, how's it going?
It's going great, man. Going great. It's good to be back with you guys. And yeah, man, got a lot to talk about.
There is a lot to talk about, and I'm hoping that we could kind of condense things. So let's keep it brief on each one of these subjects. Rob, how's it going today?
What's going on, bro? I'm just wondering what's up with the porn stash and the fucking cop glasses there, guy.
I always
Holy
have.
spickalicious.
I always
Wow.
have.
No.
Video on beer. What's Reno saying here? No
Rico
video
Suave
on-
mustache, he's saying.
Yeah. So, okay.
He's saying no video on Barry. For some
On
reason,
Barry.
Barry's video's not coming through
Can you see
I thought
him?
you guys knew that.
because he can't spell. I can see him.
I can't see him. It just has Enrique's face and it says Noble One too. So
So is there two of me?
yeah, there's two of you.
Is that what it looks like on the feed?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, why do we got to deal with technical problems right at the beginning of the show? It's because Rob...
Go ahead, Barry. Yep. Either Barry or Enrique, we're going to say it. One of you motherfuckers say it. Just go ahead.
It's
Go ahead.
because Rob joined.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
negative.
That's odd. It does show...
That's a
can
technical
you hear
problem on
Barry?
your end.
For sure you could hear Barry.
Testing. Here I am.
I can hear you. I just don't see you.
That's... You know, we had this problem the other day. We might have to roll like this, Barry.
Well, we might have to
Because,
get off of EV Mux because it sucks. I hate it.
Oh, fuck you guys. Now we got double Kim. All right.
I got rid of it. We don't need two of me. That's too many.
Just introduce yourself, Kim.
Introduce myself. Hello, DEI hire. Only female in War Boys. Thank you for joining. I hope you don't find me too annoying.
Yeah, and it's not even a microphone issue. That's her actual voice, ladies and gentlemen. That's what she sounds like. So, welcome to our world.
Reno says we're better off not seeing you, Barry.
Yeah, well, Reno's genetically inferior to me.
Which actually might be an issue.
Yeah.
Barry, hit the guest link when you can. As we're talking, hit the guest link on your phone and at least turn your camera, and then we'll mute you. and we'll go from there. All right, so let's start with some of these stories so we can fucking knock these out as soon as possible. Let's start with drama, right? So let's start with Bongino.
Oh boy.
You thought I was going to talk about Elijah Schaffer right now, but we're going to get into Elijah Schaffer because that's a really interesting subject that everybody's talking about right now. So let's start with Bongino. So Bongino came back to the airwaves on Monday and had a record-breaking 226,000 live viewers. I think broke a Rumble like pod record, not like a live view record because I think that was taken by somebody else. But he did get to 226,000. I guess congratulations, Bongino, for grabbing.
People love a good train wreck.
Yeah. And the comments, you know, I logged in for a little bit and the comments were fucking devastating.
Yeah.
And while the comments were rolling on his new show, there was somebody on the back end blocking people like he does in his regular X. I haven't been blocked by Bongino, which is surprising because like every day I have like 2 or 3 posts on the guy because I'm angry at what he did, what he didn't do, what he said he was going to do. I've said this before, so I'm not going to repeat myself, but like if there's no accountability, right? In 2029, shit's going to hit the fan if liberals take power. And that is a problem because the people that are in charge with accountability are the DOJ and the FBI, and there's no one better to further the policies and the agenda, the Trump agenda, than the FBI and the DOJ. So it's not surprising that he quit, but it's surprising that his number, those 226,000 live viewers, his number of deep state arrests is 0.
So no, go ahead. No, you were talking, dude. You were talking.
Barry, you got something? So I don't know where we go from here, but I keep seeing newer people, like the Sean Farage and fucking the Dilly Meme team, and like people that just came here and they don't understand and they weren't around in 2016 and they didn't know the problems that we had with his appointees. Trump's batting 0 for 0. Look, I said I'm a Trump loyalist. I'll never remove myself off that position, but I've always been critical of his appointees. And this time around, he has made better choices, but these appointees continue to disappoint, and Trump's going to pay the price for it. So do you guys got any comments on that?
Well, I have to say that I'm surprised about Tulsi Gabbard. I was totally opposed to her appointment, and I think out of anybody that he's chosen to be a part of this cabinet, she's the only one that's actually doing any work, dude.
We saw her, and we're going to talk about the Georgia stuff, but yeah, we saw her there on the ground pulling those ballots from.
I'm pleasantly surprised,
and that was directly at the direction of the president. You know, it wasn't the FBI that called her.
Nope.
It wasn't any other agency. The president wanted her to be there. And the only reason that she would be there, right, is if there's some intelligence that has to do with foreign meddling in our elections. And I'm not saying there was. It seems that way by the reports and just by her presence alone there, but I guess we'll see what's going on with that. But as far as Bongino goes, it's like, and again, we've said this a million times on the show. I don't know how people continue, because I've gotten a little bit of hate, not a lot of hate on some of these posts. But how do you continue to support somebody that has done absolutely nothing and will be responsible?
This is a good comment, by the way.
Donald Trump goes back to jail. Yes, look, Hegseth has been great. I really love. I was really critical of Rubio during his time in the Senate, but Rubio has been amazing too.
I've never trusted Rubio.
So Kay says something important here. And I guess we'll shift here into the GA thing. But it is pretty interesting what she says, right? Like after this thing that happened with Maduro, just a couple weeks later, we start hitting up the Georgia election offices. And I always fuck up his last name. What's the name of the Secretary of State over there in Georgia? Brad
Raffensperger. Yep.
Yeah. Barry, you good? Mute your camera. Sorry, guys. We're having a shit ton of problems today.
I got it.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to bring you on. Wow. That's actually a good shot.
Can I remove your second camera then?
No, actually, yeah, please.
No.
Remove. Yeah, remove it. Yeah,
There you
because his audio's coming through me.
There you go.
So let's do you got anything to say about this, Barry?
I mean, I'm a little disappointed in Bongino, but I mean, you guys have been calling him out for a long time. I'll admit that I had a little bit more faith than I think a lot of you guys did for a while. But yeah, I mean, you guys called it. The guy's a spineless fucking cuck for this move, and I had a lot more faith in him. I mean, I feel ridiculous even trying to defend him, come up with a reason that, because again, no arrest. You were in the most important position of power to do so, and a big flop. So,
and I wanted him to succeed.
Yeah,
because like there was nobody like during I was in prison obviously when all this when they were making the selections and shit like that, and I was like super excited. I'm like Kash Patel, fucking Dan Bongino. I mean, like he's putting together the Avengers. And then he goes ahead and he says, well, Epstein didn't kill himself. Well, the Epstein files, but not the Epstein files. Let's not. And look, Epstein files is not my lane. It's not my obsession. I want them to be released.
Oh, well, you're a PDF file protector.
Yeah, it's not my lane, dude. It's not my lane. I don't like.
Well, with Kash, when people always say he wasn't qualified, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Am I not seeing something? But I think being a public defender for the federal government and that federal system would make you very qualified to be a fucking FBI director.
Of course, because you know exactly what's going on, and he worked for the DOD for years.
Sure,
so there's intelligence and operational. There's experience there.
Agreed.
So, but now when I pause and I look back at the failures of Dan Bongino, besides the success of his podcast, great. He's great on a fucking microphone, but a Best Buy microphone doesn't equal to an FBI badge. But let's look at the history here. Dan Bongino bought a large portion of Parler, and he was actually the spokesperson for a while. He was supposed to resurrect it, which should have been an easy resurrection.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Complete failure. It didn't work. It was still shit. And during Dan Bongino's tenure is when it really tanked and nobody used it. Then we have, on top of that, we have the credit card processing system that he made for conservatives. And I don't know a single person that applied, and I know a shit ton of people that applied and never got a response. Failure. He goes back to podcasting. Success. He gets put as like the number one law enforcement agency in the country. Failure. So we keep seeing these things, and we keep rooting for him, and we don't hold him accountable. And it's like a laugh now, cry later for everybody else, because they're laughing now. They're like, oh, look at his numbers. We're gonna cry later. And that includes some of you guys that are out there watching. So a couple things that are coming out of DC when it comes to like appointees, right? Another appointee that I wanted to love, right? And like you have it queued up.
Yeah,
Rob?
I do.
Okay, wait, before you bring it up, I'm not going to judge her for this alone.
Oh,
I don't want to judge her. Like if I were to take this out in a vacuum, I'd still think that she hasn't done enough. But one thing is that you don't do enough, and another thing is when you kind of go against everything that conservatism is, and that is Jeanine Pirro. And I'll let you take this one, Rob.
So she definitely stuck her foot in her fucking mouth. But this is not new for her. This is people that have actually been following her career know that she's always been anti-Second Amendment. So I'm going to go to this. Well, I'll go to this first, and then I got something else to show you. Hold on one second. Let me bring that up.
You bring a gun into the district, you mark my words, you're going to jail. I don't care if you have a license in another district, and I don't care if you're a law-abiding gun owner somewhere else. You bring a gun into this district, count on going to jail, and hope you get the gun back. And that makes all the difference. You bring a gun into the district, you mark my words, you're going to jail.
So, listen, you can't say that you are pro Second Amendment, and then she goes and doubles down and says that I did a keynote speech at the NRA, which anybody who's in the Second Amendment community knows the NRA has never been for gun owners. You look back at how Wayne LaPierre was actually fucking shilling for red flag laws. You can't shill for red flag laws and say that you're doing something for the Second Amendment community. Bullshit.
What's the other?
It's literally what got Patrick Howley kicked out of CPAC in 2020. We went to report on the NRA panel, and in the midst of all of this, Patrick Howley just stands up and starts screaming, "You're pro-red flag laws! You are anti-American!" And he fucking gets escorted out of the building. I think that's literally what got him kicked out of CPAC permanently. So this has been going on for a long time.
What's the other one? What's the other one that was an NRA spokesperson? Dana
Loesch. Yeah.
Yep. Dana Loesch.
And then you dick check Dana Loesch on her support of the NRA, especially when it comes to red flag laws. There's been plenty of things. I'm just pointing out red flag laws because it's the easiest one for people to understand. Yeah, and then she blocks you because she blocked me. Because I was like, why are you support? Like, if people want to support something that has actually, like, there's two coalitions out there. There's two groups out there that have done more in 10 years than the NRA has since its existence. And that's FPC, Firearms Policy Coalition, and GOA, Gun Owners of America. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have Bruin, we wouldn't have McDonald, and we wouldn't have Cargill. So, Heller was 2008. Now you have this, though. This is what I want to bring on the screen. This is Jeanine Pirro when she was a district attorney in 2004. This is from 2004. The fact that I'm a Republican doesn't have anything to do with this, she said in a telephone interview on Thursday. I've been law enforcement for 29 years, and there is no legitimate purpose to have an assault weapon. These are weapons employed by drug operations, by gang enterprises. This is about killing as many people as possible in a short period of time. This is when the federal assault weapons ban was going to sunlight in 2004 when it was enacted in 1994. They said, all right, well, 10 years we're gonna outlaw AR-15s and AK-47s, and we're gonna get the data to see how many people die. They found in 2004 that there was no significant deaths. There were, but they're not of significant enough number so that they said, all right, well, and 10 years is up, and she fought to keep the assault weapons ban in 2004. So this is who she's always been. To make no fucking mistake about it. She has been anti-gun. She can say that she is pro-Second Amendment all she wants. She's not.
So let me get my screen on here for a second. Because wait.
And the backpedaling bullshit video that she just put out, all she did was double down on fucking stupid.
No, Rob, come on. She fixed the problem. Can we get my screen up?
No, she didn't fix the fucking problem, dude.
Yes,
she made it. I just put it up on the screen.
All right.
You asked me to do it. There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, she fixed the problem here. Apparently, she got so much heat that she decided to fix the problem. I haven't watched this video.
It's
but
disgusting.
Rob, I feel like she's going to prove you wrong here.
Oh, no. Go back. Wait. Pause that for a second. Pause that for a second.
People are concerned about something I said yesterday, so I want to be crystal clear.
She wants to be crystal clear.
I am
Crystal clear,
a proud supporter of the Second Amendment. I have
Awesome.
guns myself.
Fuck
long
yeah.
guns, handguns, and I'm a proud high-heeled gun owner.
Fucking
In
high
fact,
heels
I
and
even
guns.
keynoted an NRA convention.
And she keynoted the
However,
NRA,
you
Rob.
need to be responsible, and every responsible
wait,
gun
what do you mean
owner that I
responsible?
know makes sure that they understand the laws, where they
Oh,
are going.
there you
and
go. There's
understand
one.
Whatever
All right,
registration
well,
requirements
maybe.
there
Requirement.
might be.
Registration is
President
illegal.
Trump's goal
Is
here,
illegal.
and my goal as well is to make sure we take
68
guns out of the
GCA.
hands of criminals.
Oh, we gotta
There
take
is
the
a
guns out of the
reason
hands
we
of
have
criminals.
the lowest homicide rate in recorded history. We're taking guns off the street, illegal guns in the hands of criminals who want to use those guns to victimize law-abiding citizens. There's
All right.
a big difference here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You're responsible, you follow the laws, you're not going to have a problem with me.
So instead of her going ahead and saying, "Look,
Oh, I fucked up.
I misspoke. I didn't mean to say that. I meant that there's like high gun crime in DC, and we need to change the culture. And hey, guys, you know what Congress should do? They should pass the nationwide constitutional carry law." Instead of saying that, she like doubles down and triples down, and she's targeting law-abiding citizens, right? Oh, you gotta see. Okay, well, you know what? You're the attorney for DC. You can choose not to enforce these unconstitutional laws, right? Or prosecute them, right? Somebody could get picked up, a legal gun owner, which is pretty much everybody, and the cop could be a leftist piece of shit and take him to jail, and she could be like, "No, I'm not going to prosecute this.
Yep.
No, we see it every day.
Don't
with
waste
the
your time."
Democrats.
Or tell the Metropolitan PD, "Hey, don't waste your time.
Yep.
Don't do it."
You know, the thing is the National Reciprocity Act, the bill that is sitting in the Senate right now. It's getting it almost went through at one point, but they changed the wording of it. And part of the wording was, I live in a constitutional carry state. So do you and Barry. You're in West Virginia, right? Kim, you're in a constitutional carry state. So the problem with the bill originally was there was no provisions for people who live in a constitutional carry state. So I was opposed to it because it was going to force people in a constitutional carry state to go out and get a license. You don't need a license you don't need to pay for a constitutional right, first of all, or a God-given right. So they changed the wording so that the people who live in the 29 of 50 states that have constitutional carry, that they don't need to get a license. And all of these Democrats and all of these rhinos were like, whoa, wait a minute now. Hang on. So that's why it's just been sitting there languishing.
Okay. I don't think that she's going to change her position on this. And if she doesn't change her position on this, then you could say another appointee that you can't trust. And here's another thing. Zach just wrote this, and maybe I'll give her some grace in this. So Zach had put a motion to dismiss in their sedition case, right? Because as you know, my 4 co-defendants and brothers, I'm so like fucked up in the head that I keep calling them co-defendants. They're not pardoned; they're commuted, so they still have charges. So Zach, a couple weeks back, put in a motion to dismiss these charges, or in the alternative, to request a new trial in DC. And the government had 21 days to respond, and they didn't. I don't know if it was on purpose and like they forgot the deadline, but the DOJ never forgets the deadline. That never happens. So some people are saying that, you know, this is really good. It might get some traction. If you guys want, on my profile, if you click on it, you scroll down. Zach put an article on the Gateway Pundit. Go ahead and check that out. So they didn't respond, and maybe that's on purpose. Maybe they're like, well, we didn't want to fight it, so we'll let Zach, you know, and the rest of the 4 guys off the hook. A retrial, for those that don't know, a retrial of this case automatically throws it out because of the executive order that Trump did. So whether it's a dismissal or a retrial, for us, it means the same thing. So applause to Zach there by doing pro se what no attorney has done. And no shade at our attorneys. I'm just saying Zach got something done that nobody else has. So big ups to Pirro if this seems to work. But the constitutional issue in the Second Amendment is not negotiable at all. In other news at the DOJ, because we need to keep hitting the DOJ and the FBI, respectively, is Ed Martin is under attack. Right, he had two roles as he was appointed by Trump as a DC attorney, the DC AG, and the Senate didn't confirm him. Senator Thune did not confirm him because of his defense of January 6th defendants. He was a January 6th attorney. So Trump turns around and is like, okay, well, you're not going to confirm him. I'm going to put him in two roles. One of them is very, very important. Both of them are important, but there's one more important than the other. He was granted the pardon attorney of the United States, head of the entire DOJ when it comes to United States pardons. The more important role comes as his role in this weaponization action group, right? He was the lead in this weaponization action group. And at the behest of Todd Blanche, he was removed from that role. But Todd Blanche did not communicate that with the president. The president directly appointed Ed Martin into these roles, and say what you want, but having our own people in these positions, right, is what you want. People that have been victims, that have lived through it. Like, imagine me working at the FBI.
I thought you already do.
I don't. What would lead you to believe that?
According to a lot of people, you do.
I don't know what you're talking about. But like people that have been through and look, I'll never get a fucking job at the FBI, but people that have been through the ringer are the best people to put in these positions, right? Put J6ers in charge of weaponization, that are attorneys and kind of know what they're doing, but put them in charge of these things, and they will take a fucking grinding stone to all of this. And Ed Martin, I'm not going to say Ed Martin's one of ours. Ed Martin is for the rule of law and justice. But he understands the problems, and he's the best person suited. So those attacks on him are unwarranted, and I don't think that Todd Blanche. And I was really careful to say this before. I do have. You know what? I'm not going to say that on.
Just to comment real quick, that's something that's continuously indicative of the fucking Democrat Party and the people that they elect and put in office is this, two separate, two-tier justice systems. I mean, you look at what they did to Matt Gaetz. Okay, say what you want about the controversy surrounding him, but would Matt Gaetz not have been the perfect fucking AG? I mean,
I think so.
He would have destroyed shit. He would have went in there and he would have been a fucking wrecking ball because he doesn't care about making friends and he doesn't care about making enemies. And then you look at this Sheila McCormick shit, who now, everyone now knows that she is completely guilty. She's culpable in all of it. There's no denying it at this point. And yet you have Democrats, Hakeem Jeffries, rallying around her to push off a vote to make her step down. Meanwhile, when George Santos was going through his debacle, there was the Democrats and these fucking Republicans that went, okay, let's get rid of them. But they don't rally and protect their own, and they support the Democrats' move every time. And you've got people like Thune, people like James fucking Lankford, who are Republican in name only, that get there every time it's right before the midterms. They show up and they make some fucking commercial wearing a cowboy hat and riding a horse and shooting off a shotgun, going, I'm American as hell. And that fucking normal middle American idiot that doesn't know shit will watch that commercial and say, yeah, that guy represents my values. Meanwhile, Thune and Lankford together vote pretty much almost all the time with fucking Democrats and against the Second Amendment. I mean,
and didn't she, I know that you went, didn't she change her position again? Because originally she said it was the Democrats.
Yes, now they're making accusations that it's now the Republicans that are setting her up. When you were there with me at her first arraignment when they got moved back, and her and her attorney specifically said members of our own party are the ones setting us up. And when I counteracted and said something to her about, are you going to blame MAGA supporters and Trump, her attorney was really quick to say, what? No, did you not hear what I just said? So, here we are.
And it's crazy to me that like there's no media strategy there at all, right? Because then you could be like, all right, well, she's a hustler, and now she's blaming the Democrats because she might switch. But now there's like this dual messaging, where she blames one day she blames Democrats, the other day she blames Republicans, and then look, I gotta hand it to Hakeem Jeffries. I respect him. You know why I respect him? Because he knows what's at stake, and he's a team player.
Yeah, I wish we had a Nancy Pelosi or a Hakeem Jeffries on our side.
And we don't.
We don't
have it, right? Because when they removed
you did. Santos, you had Matt Gaetz.
Yeah, you had Matt Gaetz.
You had Matt Gaetz.
You had George Santos, right? And like we had a slim majority in Congress. And all we did was remove one of those votes.
Mm-hmm.
And they know that maybe coming into the midterms, they might have a slim majority, and they need all the power they can get now.
Right.
I don't think she gets reelected. So
no, not at all. But you see what they're willing to do. What they're willing to do to advance their agenda that is against the United States Constitution in every way, shape, or form. What they're willing to do to advance their agenda is go beyond the measures, and we don't have Republicans willing to do the same thing. And they sit there and they wave that American flag and they say that Pledge of Allegiance and they sing that national anthem. But while the Democrats are doing what they do to creep up and take that away from them, they sit back, cuck out, and do fucking nothing.
Yeah, look, and there's a whole bunch of there's people in the comments that are saying, John Cornyn, right? Langford, Cassidy,
Tillis.
Like we can go down the list.
Yeah.
If we were liberals and we had this pod, right? For one, it wouldn't be as cool as it is.
You'd still have that rockin' mustache, though.
I would have this rockin' mustache.
Well, Patty would still be here.
Patty would still be here.
Patty would be running the network.
And real quick, before you say that, I just want to ask these people, which I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir, but anyone else that may be listening that knows the name Cenk Langford, Tillis, Cassidy, Thune, if you know these names and you know the problems, when's the last time you showed up to a primary? When's the last time you were excited about a primary as you were about the general election? And that's a general question, not aimed at anybody, but this is when it matters. We don't have a politician problem. We have a fucking people problem.
Who was it? And you guys in the audience can who was it that we wanted as a Senate Majority Leader? Because I remember the race, and I remember a couple people that I'm like, all right, they might.
I think
good.
Jim Jordan was up there, but
no. Well, Jim's on the House side, but in the Senate we had a couple choices. I don't remember who it was. But the thing is that like almost everybody would have been better than that choice.
Yeah.
So I just don't.
I honestly, as much as I'm not a humongous fan, bro, from what I see constantly, there's only one dude right now that's standing against all the bullshit, and that's Thomas Massey. You can't listen. I
hate his methods, but you can't. His voting record is his voting record.
Yeah,
he is somebody that is doing what he's doing for the American people and his constituents. He is somebody that actually read this omnibus bill and said, "Whoa, wait a minute. We're talking about $1 trillion to $1.7 trillion to Egypt and $5 trillion to Israel and $700 million to AIDS, research and shit in fucking South Africa." And it's like, and he's like, "No, this is not America first shit. This doesn't help the American people at all. I'm not signing off on this shit." I'm surprised that I'm saying it, but I got to give credit where credit is due. When Trump fucks up, I'll say that he fucked up. When he does something good, I'll say he did something fucking good. But the fact is, on this, you can't fault Massey. He said there's nothing in this bill that's going to help Americans. And he's standing 10 toes on it. He's like, no way am I signing off on this.
Yeah. Look, again, I don't like his methods. Look, I have that criticism of a lot of people, but his voting record is his fucking voting record, right? Do I agree with like every vote that he does? No. But I don't think you'll ever get that with anybody. But look, he's right when he checks the box.
And he's right on this. So we got to give him credit for that. I mean, he's just looking at this going, there's no way. And it goes back to, I just put a post up, it goes back to the Patriot Act. And you had only one representative did not sign off on and it was a Democrat, surprisingly. And, when you had, it was a Representative, not Cornyn, it's Conran. I'm trying to remember his name. He looked at, he was being interviewed and he said, listen, sit down, son. He goes, we don't read anything that comes across our desk. And then you had McDermott, Congressman McDermott say, listen, they print these things they write them in the middle of the night. They print these things in the middle of the night. They're put on our desk first thing in the morning. We sign off on it and we never read it. That's how the Patriot Act was going through. And Thomas Massie is doing what these guys said, hey, you know what? I'm going to read this shit. It is my job. This is what the people put me here to do. This is my job to read this thing through. And if I don't like it, I'm not signing off on it.
It was Rick Scott, I believe.
Rick Scott.
Running against.
It was Rick Scott.
Who's not, whatever, but he's better than fucking Thune.
And he wasn't. Yeah, you're right. It was Rick Scott. Rick Scott, look, for all his faults, whatever, he was a pretty good governor.
Yeah.
Does he represent us in the Senate? Well, I think so.
He he tries.
He's better than
most.
But like, there's a recurring theme here. It's like nobody's fucking perfect, so you can kind of fuck with everybody here. And then some people in the comments reminded me because I was in prison, on some of the things, the CR bills that the Biden CR bills that Thomas Massie did vote for, right? Which had a lot more pork than anything that we've seen in the Trump administration. Let's shift over to some drama. I was glued to the phone yesterday as I started seeing the stream in. Elijah Schaffer, you want to take this, Kim?
Okay, I mean, you want me to lay out the situation?
Yeah.
Well, we have more, influencer drama. This is, again, one of those situations. I don't want to say I'm not trying to say this is as dramatic or as horrible as the Ollie Alexander situation, but what I will say is that, and I don't know if you guys can attest to this from your own experience, but ever since I've been in this environment, ever since I started doing commentary, when I started going to political events, doing speeches, blah, 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 the rumor mill has been active for years. People have been talking about misconduct on behalf of Elijah Schaffer for years. And now we have, these audio recordings. Milo produced the thread accusing Sarah Stock, essentially accusing Elijah Schaffer of, I don't think she outright called it rape, but she did imply that when they first met, he loaded her up on alcohol and Benadryl and she, quote, blacked out. So we have these two married influencers. She previously claimed that she was a virgin on the whatever podcast. She also was very, public about her engagement. There was a whole Twitter beef about the size of her ring, which was really stupid. But now we have all this coming out that not only is that nonsense, but she was allegedly sleeping with Elijah Schaffer around not too long before she was engaged. So, people's personal, I don't have any opinion on that necessarily that I give a shit to share about on the news brief. People have their personal drama. People mess up. People definitely mess up. And we also know that when people are, I don't want to say necessarily influential, but when people are willing to speak up, character assassination is a major way that they use to disregard anything else people are saying. And I actually have a video here. When people say it better than yourself, you should reference that. And I know how you guys feel about Nick, but I do have a video here, and I do think that his viewpoint on it was the most salient so far. So I'm just going to pull that up real quick and share that with you guys.
Okay.
I don't hate Nick, by the way.
While you're pulling it up,
I don't say no. I don't know. Hate's a strong word. I think a lot of people just don't.
I'll bring it up.
I got a lot of respect for him.
Go ahead.
Terrific. I'm going to hit play.
We can't.
I'm so sorry, guys. Let me mute this one. Here, go back a second. I gotta mute this and go back to my other one. I'm so sorry.
You gotta share. You gotta share a Google Chrome tab, or else the audio doesn't come out. But while you're queuing that up, so I've known Elijah for years. And I can't say what he did was right. But I hate when people aren't honest. Like, everybody's fucking everybody here. It's
Whoa.
All right, fine.
Wait a minute.
Fine. I mean, not here. Not.
Some things need to
Dang
be
it.
clarified, man. I mean, you just throw out blanket statements like
But
that.
I'm just saying, like, if you
Anarchy
go to
Princess
these,
hears that, she's clipping that, and oh my god,
Everybody's fucking everybody.
yeah, like stop.
Okay, hold on. I'm
pretending-
switching over now.
We need to stop pretending that like human nature isn't human nature. Is it wrong? Yes, you could say it's wrong, right? What bothers me, and I made it in a post yesterday, is like private messages are private messages, period. And they should never be shared publicly. Like your text messages with people, the group chats, they should never be shared publicly. No matter how much I love or hate you, I'll never release text messages. Will I say in public, be like, that's not what you told me in private, right? Yeah, that's a common argument. Okay, we got audio. You want to run it, Kim? I don't hear you. We'll run it. Let's run it, and then we'll fix your mic.
or not. We don't have to fix her mic.
Go ahead, play. Kim, hit play.
You know, I've known Elijah a long time, and, you know, we don't always get along. But this is a guy that's criticized Israel. This is a guy that's paid a price for telling the truth. When he was at the Blaze, he had me on the Blaze 4 years ago, 5 years ago, before anybody was talking about these issues. And he staked his entire career on that, and that's a big reason why they tried to fuck up his life. That's a big reason why some crazy woman tried to sue him, why he got fired. And he's not a Boy Scout, but that was a big part of it. It made him a target because he actually was convicted about these things to tell the truth. Sarah Stock is the same also. And again, it's not, you know, I'm not going to opine on their personal lives. It's not my fucking business. People want to get in everybody's business. I say, you know, consider the source. Who are the people that are spreading this kind of malicious gossip around, and who does that serve? Is that for their benefit? Or is that self-serving? You know, the people that are pushing the gossip revel in stirring the pot, revel in creating discord and sowing division and creating chaos. Consider the source. Everybody's got an opinion on what's happening in people's lives. Sorry to tell you, people make mistakes, people make terrible mistakes, and it does happen, and it doesn't excuse it, but it's really none of our business. And people are so quick to judge and have something to say and have an opinion. I don't have an opinion about these people's personal lives. That's their business. That's their business with their families. Those are their problems to sort out. And I wish them the best. I wish their families the best. But, you know, this sort of stuff is pushed around. And, you know, again, I think that these are people that have taken a courageous stand on the issues. I think that these are our people fighting for the bigger picture, fighting for the mission. And you got to keep that in mind. And, you know, it doesn't take away from the fact that, I mean, yeah, it's a spectacle and it's a controversy and all that. But I think people need to get their heads on straight and realize we're in an informational war, and reputational destruction, this is one of the tools that they use. This is how they take players off the board, and you see it all the time. They did it to Andrew Tate with sex trafficking. They did it to Ye. They did it to everybody that you see, everybody that is out there telling the truth. And the people that are squeaky clean, you know, this is your survivorship bias. Find me the person that doesn't have a scandal, and I'll show you somebody that's paying for that protection. Find me that squeaky clean person that doesn't have problems, that isn't the spectacle for this week, that isn't the talk of the town, and I'll show you somebody who has all the same problems, but no one's talking about them because they're protected. They're under the protection of the Sanhedrin. They're under the protection of the organized syndicate. Survivorship bias. It's that figure of the plane. It's that figure of those World War II planes. If you're familiar with what I'm talking about, all those people that seem to be so perfect or something, are they perfect? You know, these people that work at the Blaze, these people that work at Daily Wire, these people that work at CPAC, are these people really better than us? Are they really more moral than us? Are they really smarter than us? Or are these people just spared from the muckraking that goes on because they're in on the take? They're not rocking the boat. And a lot of that goes on, believe me. So, you know, people want me to go in here and revel and, you know, say what people expect me to say. And, you know, I reached out to the people involved and I said, hey, hang in there. You know, God bless you. Here if you need me.
I started out by saying I respect him, and that's why.
Yeah.
That's why right there.
Well, and he says something really important that I wanted to touch on, and it's the source.
That's
right?
exactly what I knew you were gonna go there.
Go ahead,
So you do it. You go ahead. It's fine.
So it's like this faggot just keeps rearing his head and people forget who he is. Anybody associated with him does not associate with him anymore. It's very short-lived. And I'm talking about Milo, right?
I mean, also, you know, Milo's never done anything to me, and I know you and a lot of people have beef with him. I don't have anything personally wrong with Milo, but what I do see is that he's the common denominator in all of this, isn't he? I mean, like almost all the recent scandals I can think of, there's a Milo thread for that.
Yeah, and that's what he does. Every conversation that you have with him, every text message, every private conversation is recorded, right? Mm-hmm. And when he can't use you anymore for his sake, he will attempt to destroy you, and he attempted to do that with me. The problem is, like, I'm open. I'm an open degenerate. I don't fucking hide. I don't sit there and I pretend I'm something I'm not, and I never have been. So when he attempted to do that, I leaned into it. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. That's not a secret, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's another reason why I'm like embarrassingly honest, because it's like, you're not going to weaponize it. I already told you.
He has stolen money from everybody that's been around him. Chadwick Moore, Nick Fuentes, Alex Jones, everybody. Nobody wants him around anymore, right? He's a fucking pedophile and a pedophile defender. Right. And that's why he lost his job. He had a cushy job when Breitbart was coming off of the heels of Andrew Breitbart and was building something. They gave him a job at Breitbart, right? Which was amazing in 2016. He lost that job because of his pedophilic comments. Right. And then now what we're doing is he's just in here. He's not even a fucking American citizen.
I don't think Ye dropped him.
He should be deported, right? I guarantee you, Ye doesn't really fuck with him as he did in the past.
I mean, he was working for Ye's company, and I'm pretty sure he still is. Again, I don't know that for sure, but I'm fairly certain that never changed.
Well, if he is, that's going to be short-lived too, because it goes by cycles. Right.
Well, Nick also brought up the, and I'm not doing this intentionally to switch the subjects, but he was talking about I'm just bringing it back to Elijah a little bit, the situation over at the Blaze Media, you know, that's obviously a reference to Sydney Watson, and quite frankly, the Sydney Watson lawsuit came after she had that horribly embarrassing debate with Nick. I don't know if you guys remember that, but
yes.
I mean, like, talk about a meltdown. She, I believe the lawsuit was largely inspired by that. I didn't look into. A couple of people were saying she was making similar allegations of creepy behavior. I hadn't seen that. The only experience I had with Sydney Watson ever was meeting her in D.C. when she was hitting on my husband 2 feet away from me, and when my husband decided to tell her, "Hey, Sydney, like, I'm married," she went, "Oh no, you're too young to be married." So, like, when all of that stuff with the Blaze Media came out, I was like, well, you're a smut. So, like, honestly, I don't really buy it. But again, like, pattern recognition is a thing, and you gotta see, it's not just her, it's not just Sarah. But at the same time, like, why now is my question. It was like, that I had a similar question. And I believe I even texted him about it. It was like, okay, like, is it just because you were waiting on evidence or what? Like, when, we all knew about the Ali thing for years and years. And it was like, all right, like, now it's out in public or whatever, but, like, why have you people been sitting on this when the rest of us just had rumors? It's not like you can substantiate gossip, and anybody who tries to is dumb. But, this just feels like weird timing to me.
So he touts this hard drive, and, like, people that start to know him, they kind of forget, right? So he comes around in bursts. He goes ahead and he fucks people over. He goes into hiding for a little while, and then he does it again, and people forget, like, those things because there's so many scandals, like, you can't keep up with it. Right. And I'll tell you what, this is because of the drugs, right? He has a heavy drug problem. Like, he tells everybody else, "Oh, I know what you do." Well, I know what's on your nightstand, right? I know what's on your nightstand. I'm not stupid. You fucked me over for money. You fucked over Roger Stone for money. You fucked over everybody that had any attempt at helping you. You fucked them over for money. And you've continuously done this to everybody in your circles. And you know how hard it is for fucking Stone to like get on Stone's bad side, and it's because of the money he stole from Stone's book project that he never gave him. So I tell you, I don't care what who's fucking who. If Sarah Stock is fucking Elijah Schaefer, if Elijah Schaefer is fucking whoever, I don't care.
Yeah.
The real problem here is people like Milo leaking fucking private information for the sake of chaos. Nobody should ever fucking trust him. It's going to keep happening because there's always retards. So kudos to those people that never even fucking supported this guy. Yeah, look, Milo wears sunglasses to hide his drug. Oh, fuck
Reno took the words right out of my mouth.
We don't got drug problems here at the Warboys Studios. We don't have drug problems.
Welcome to Miami.
Yeah.
So, if we all show up at the same time, maybe they'll give us a group discount on rehab.
Fair enough. Probably. I'm gonna probably do some drugs after this. No, I'm kidding. I really don't. I don't partake. So Barry, you got something that you want, like some a contest that we're going to put together here.
Yes, we're gonna start promoting the Warboys Studios X page and get some engagement with our viewers. And we got a little contest that we're gonna run on Friday.
You could use your cameras really close, but like when you want to showcase something.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna do a contest where we're gonna give out on Friday. This Friday, we're gonna give out a hat and one of our American supremacist sweaters, and we're going to give them out to your size, and whoever wins.
They can't.
Well, it's on the website. We'll post the link, but it's a badass sweater. It says American Supremacist, We the People on it, and we'll make it to your size if you are to be the winner. And here is what you have to do. 1, you have to be a follower of the Warboys Studios here on X, at Warboys Studios. If you are a follower, you have to share a random post on Warboy Studios today. Share a random post and share out this news brief right now. Now, the only thing you have to do at this point after you
This is where the contest is.
This is the contest. So the only thing you have to do after that is the Warboy Studios on Telegram has a channel.
And the links down there, you put t.me/Warboy Studios.
Go and subscribe to the Warboy Studios channel, and you're going to leave a 60-second or less voice message making fun of Patrick Riley at Patty Don't Surf. We were looking for the most funniest and clever and true things about Patty. 60 seconds. So be a follower of Warboy Studios on X. Share out a random post, any random post from Warboy Studios today, and share out this news brief now. Do those things and leave that 60-second comment about how you feel about Patrick Riley.
Anyone needs some good tea, just hit me up.
Yeah, so leave us those voice messages. On Friday, we're going to pick the 5 most funniest, and we're going to play them on air and pick the winner. And whoever wins, you're going to get some free merch. You don't have to do anything. We're going to ship it out to you, make it to you. You'll have it in a couple days. So please get involved, and it would be fun. We want to know how you feel about Patty, our local libtard.
Perfect. In other as our commercial break right here, I want to give an update to some people. I'll full screen myself here. Last week, they put an arrest warrant out. Who keeps dropping me out of the full screen? Last week, they put an arrest warrant out for my arrest. I decided I hate fundraising. I've never really had my own fundraiser. My family has had fundraisers, and my family put together a fundraiser to raise money. So I've never really promoted that fundraiser. You could go through my ex. I've never posted a link, but I need a fucking attorney to figure this out, to navigate this. So I started a Give, Send, Go campaign, and some of you guys went and graciously gave me some funds to put together a legal team to mount this defense, so you won't see me in jail again. And I appreciate every single one of you guys for putting money together. We raised $5,000. In an unfortunate turn of events that I cannot say why yet, and I guess a fortunate turn of events, I have to refund you guys the money. So I appreciate everything I appreciate everything you guys done, but I do have to refund the money. The church, in this case, and the Paul Weiss firm is coming after me, and they're coming after me pretty hard. They're coming after me now, not just for money, they're coming after my liberty. So a couple things developed a day after, and I suspended it temporarily, but I've made the decision today to refund everybody and not put you guys through that or put myself through the headache. And the reason why I got an arrest warrant is because they want to get my phone. And if it was just for the stated cause of getting my financials, right, to show, if I can pay this lawsuit, I'm still fighting this case, by the way, regardless, but I gave that to them freely. And they keep throwing motions down. They're this giant firm. They're one of the biggest firms in the country, and we're getting ready to write an expose on them. They actually came out on the Epstein files. Funniest.
I was going to say something if you didn't.
And these people now want to rob me of my liberty. And you probably will see me back in jail if this isn't fixed. But I do have to refund the money. There's no apology needed here, but I thank you guys for what you did. But in other news, you want to take this one?
Hey,
yeah.
Wait, actually, do you want to say something, Rob?
Yeah, are you allowed to talk about what they want and why they want it? You want to tell the people why they want your phone?
Yes. So the reason I'm sorry I didn't finish that. The reason why this law firm and this church want my phone is because they want my contacts. They want to map out a network, even though there's nothing illegal that's on my phone, right? They want to take this phone, and I mean, there was nothing illegal on my phone. I wasn't saying anything before January 6th, and they still sentenced me to 22 years. So it's not that I'm afraid of the contents of the phone. I'm afraid of allowing them to grab it in order to map out some type of network on people who I text all day, who I talk to. That's of nobody of the public's concern. And I know for a fact that they will leak it to the public because that's what the Paul Weiss firm does. That's what this church does. And there's no magistrate judge that can gate the information. If you knew how the technology works, they plug your phone into a machine. They create what's called a copy, a clone, an ISO of the phone. And that's it. That's what's given. So all that information in there, there's also information from my case that's under protective order. So it would be legal for me to give them the phone with that information on there. So no matter what they do, there's no realm, there's no possibility of me giving them this phone. It's never going to happen. So they could put me in jail. They could fucking do whatever they want because they could hold me indefinitely until I give them the phone. Right? I'm not doing it. It's not happening. Sorry. There's other ways that we can mitigate this. I'm just not doing it. So, Barry.
Yeah. So, I mean, not to keep.
I'm going to full screen you.
Not to keep it in a continuation
disgusting.
Not to keep it in a full doom and gloom thing, but we are going to be doing a J6 auction this weekend, Saturday, 7 p.m. The link is on all of our profiles. You can see it. You can share Conservative Pen. We'll be hosting it, Anti-Commie Queen, and among some others. I think we're going to have a guest appearance by Alex Stein. So if you guys can help share that out. We have a J6 family that's in real serious need. It's dire straits at the moment. We'll be announcing who that is a little bit later, but we're going to be auctioning off some extremely rare memorabilia, one-of-a-kind things from January 6th and the 2020 fentanyl Floyd riots, such as, some personal items of Enrique, including his prison ID, and we're going to announce those things slowly over the next few days.
And it's not just like the prison ID. We kind of like put it neatly into a box.
Yeah, that one.
Case.
The picture is up on on the internet, so you guys can check that out on X and see what it looks like. It's pretty.
Do we have a recipient name yet, or we're not releasing that yet?
We're not going to release that yet.
Okay. It's a J6 family in.
It is. It is a serious situation that and again, you guys will be. It's fully transparent, but right now we're not going to release it because they got some legal matters that are being taken care of between today and tomorrow, and then their attorney will join us hopefully. And it is a serious situation for some really good people. So hope you guys can get involved and share that out for us.
Yeah. So it's going to be Saturday night,
7
p.m.
Yes.
It's on a space. I'll join. I have to speak at an event right before that, so I'll probably join like right on time or just a little bit after. But for the most part, if you're out there, please, I'll pin it to my profile. In a second. You can go there.
One of the items is a copy of my pardon, but it's signed by Enrique, Stuart Rhodes, Oath Keeper founders, Zach Reel, Dominic Pizzola, Joe Biggs, the Lectern guy, and a few others. Robert Lego Man Morris. So a pretty cool, unique piece of historical.
A lot of cool people on there.
Yeah.
Especially that Enrique guy.
Yeah, that whole mustache thing though, right now.
What is wrong?
I'm going to make it stop looking at me.
It's not bad.
It's pretty bad, dude. You look like you need to stay 500 feet away from
These
all
are
fucking
Barry's
schools.
Glasses, by the way. I don't
fucking Pablo Escobar over here.
I don't have aviators. Actually, let me take these off.
Pablo Escobar.
I didn't notice how stupid I look with these stupid glasses.
You know what? That was the only thing that made you look good at the moment. Now you look like
so much
now
better.
You need to look like you stay 1,200 feet away from fucking schools.
Or the people that are supposed to stay away from schools should stay away from me.
That's what they want you to think.
Yeah.
Let's get Alex Rosen on here and see what he says.
Let's
about
get
it.
Dan Bongino back, bro, so we could make all these arrests, all these pedophilic demon cult arrests on the Epstein files. Not a single arrest, not one. And here I am talking about Dan Bongino again. People are going to say I'm obsessed, and yeah, I am. Fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Somebody said he looks like Penn said he looks like my dad.
Gross, absolutely gross.
Ugh.
Many reasons.
No offense. I don't look like like the dad thing.
Fucking strange. Well, there goes Penn telling on herself. She clearly has daddy issues, which is a good thing.
Do you guys got any more announcements?
My show's coming back next week.
Are we okay? Are we gaming tonight?
No.
Yeah. We're gonna play some of that
Jurassic Park.
What's it called?
Dark Raiders.
Goop. Oh, there you go.
Ooh,
Dark Raiders.
As soon as I get a capture card, I'm going to join you guys.
Oh, $80.
And I got the audio figured out for it too.
I just
sent me the
ordered
link many times. I'm just a little bit retarded.
Yeah, the Elgato one. They have a little white one that's like $80. It's great.
Perfect.
Oh, fake Proud Boys. Thank you, Reno, for saying that. So, I just wrote an article, about Brian James, and I've been trying to stay away from the subject because I didn't want to give him any wings. But he pulled his stunt, and I've had to answer for his retarded stunt nonstop to the media, to other people, to Proud Boy supporters, to Proud Boy detractors, and he posted this picture. The Mall of America, right? Which is I believe it's in Minneapolis.
Yeah. So I think the largest mall.
Yeah. Largest mall in the country. And there's a bunch of Proud Boys on there. And I don't know if it's AI generated or if this is like an old picture.
I saw somebody ask Grok, and Grok was like, yeah, that's fucking AI generated. Because if you like zoom in, there's like the same face like 3 or 4 times in the crowd.
Yeah.
You can see it. It's pretty obvious.
Let's bring this up. Let's full screen this a second. So if you go to my Substack, it's noblelead.substack.com. It's free. But I'd appreciate if you guys would subscribe. Brian James, the guy who can't keep a group together. And the reason why I wrote that is a lot of people don't know the history of Brian James. Brian James had joined the Klan in the early 1990s. He started the Vinlander Social Club. He started the American Guard. And every single time he vies for power, and then somehow everything he touches turns to shit. So with the American Guard, he saw what we're doing, and the Indiana chapter let him in, with some reservations by me, right? I was like, hey, you got to be careful with this guy. He's part of another group. And he became the president really quick, within like 6 or 7 months, which is very odd in the organization. I'm not going to give you guys like organizational secrets, but it is pretty odd to rise to the top of your local chapter. And if he were here, he'd say, well, it's my leadership skills. No, absolutely not. It's you're a fucking sociopath, right? And then when things didn't go right for him and the club turned on him, he decided to go and create his own spin-off of the Proud Boys. And listen, you can start your own shit. Like, be proud of what you built and start your own shit, your own colors, your own logo, your own bylaws, whatever the fuck it is that you do. Don't latch on to something that you are not a part of. And then on top of that, he not only, let's say this thing is AI generated, like this picture, right? And it's obviously fake because it's like, I checked when he posted it, it was like -3 degrees in Minneapolis. And the picture, everybody had t-shirts and shorts on.
Yeah.
There wasn't a jacket. There wasn't somebody holding a jacket or a sweater or a hoodie at all. So obviously it's a lie. So it was a poor troll.
And I don't think you'd get that many people together wearing fucking cargo shorts. Not too many of us wear cargo shorts, man.
It's not allowed in the club.
I mean, not the church anyway.
Yeah. So what ends up happening is when he posts this, he puts our actual Minnesota Proud Boys in danger, because if the Proud Boys are saying they're going to Minnesota, which we don't counter protest. Some people don't remember that. We don't counter protests. We never went to the BLM riots of the Summer of Love. Did we protect our personal businesses and the business of others that we know? Yes. Do we host our own events and go to like right-wing events and protect people there? Absolutely. We did that in DC. We've done that across the country. But when you say that with like Minnesota having its own law enforcement apparatus, and you say that, you put Proud Boys on a radar, and you specifically put the Minnesota Proud Boys that want nothing to fucking do with you on a radar. You're putting people at harm's way. So I had no choice but to write this article. We're not somebody's mercenary group. Because I see people telling me all the time, "Oh, why
aren't the Proud Boys cleaning
there?"
up the streets?
Yeah, we're not your personal fucking mercenary group. We're very selective on when we go and when we make our appearance, and sometimes we make our appearance. I'm not saying the Proud Boys aren't in certain cities where all this shit's going down.
Oh, they're
but we're
there,
not in colors.
but they're not in colors.
They're not in colors, and they're working at their personal capacity.
We're not a militia.
Collecting intelligence or protecting peoples or protectees. So please go to my Substack, read the article. It's also posted on my Twitter. I haven't learned how to use the Twitter articles thing yet, so that might be a thing soon. And go ahead and subscribe and support my work. I have another article. I got a banger coming out. It's going to take me a couple days to put together, but it's an expose.
Couple weeks.
Cuban time. So I appreciate you guys.
Time, I think.
For supporting us. I see a lot of people that I know their faces in the crowd. Remember Barry's the 1776 Shops contest.
Yes.
And go ahead and you got to be following the Warboy Studios. You got to share one of our posts, and I'm going to put that link up for the channel where you could submit your rant about Patty in less than 60 seconds, 60 seconds or less. You can make it a 10-second rant. If it's good, it's good.
Yeah. It doesn't, you could love him. If you love Patty, let us know.
Yeah, there you
know,
go.
It doesn't have to be, and the joke's on him. If there's something good to say it. Just make it funny. We're going to pick the top 5 on Friday. We're going to play them on air, and we're going to send the winner some cool-ass merch on the house from 1776.shop.
Yeah. So if you want to join your local Proud Boys chapter, or you see some Proud Boys in black and yellow, ask them what chapter they're in and go to proudboysusa.com and verify that they're real. And if they're not, if you don't see it in there, I could tell you exactly what they're going to say. They're going to say, nobody could tell us if we could be Proud Boys.
Oh, yes, we can.
You. We have the right to accept people, reject people, disavow people. We are a group, and we will operate as such. We do have some level of autonomy, but like you can't just wear black and yellow and fucking come and go out on the street.
You just can't come into a state.
We're not just we're an idea, right? There is an idea, but there is an organizational aspect there that it's very loose, but it's there. So Brian James is not a Proud Boy, and those associated with him and his little attempt at taking what we've built, right? He did the Obama. You didn't build that. Yes, we did. We built it from scratch. We built it with our own sweat, blood, tears, and prison time for our values. So let's kill this off. Barry, do you got any announcements or anything you want to say?
Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you're following the Warboy Studios. Come to Telegram. The link's in there. Leave that 60-second message telling us how you feel about Patty.
Rob.
I just got my show tonight, and then Friday I'm taking off, and then because I'm going to see a concert.
I hope you're taking off to Mars.
No. I'm going to Boston to see a fucking really killer band.
Oh, good.
And then Monday I have a really, really awesome guest. I had my interview with Van Miller was phenomenal. That was such a great show, and getting all that information. And but we have another. My other guest is the son of somebody who's in prison right now, and I'll be announcing that this weekend. We'll have a space going with it, and it's going to be a hell of a show.
Kim.
So actually, it's going to be a bit wordy, guys. I'm sorry. You're going to have to listen to me talk for a minute. But
I had a woman-splain.
I'm going to woman-splain away. As you guys have probably noticed, I've been taking a bit of a hiatus. I've been working on my branding. I've been working on setting up a studio that isn't my kitchen. I've been working on a few different things. I've decided on a new show schedule. I will be doing a bi-weekly rotating schedule, and on the off weeks, I will be doing the reruns from the previous show. So I will be doing a Monday, Saturday week and a Thursday, Friday week. The Monday show is still going to remain a book club. That'll rotate between book club and politics. Thursday morning is going to be coffee in the morning. Friday night is still going to be gossip and pop culture and entertainment. And then Saturday, rotating, will be either an interview for the 1 week or a panel for the other. We have a really exciting panel coming up. I've got some big names I'm going to save for later, but make sure that you're checking out my show. The first show back will be next Thursday morning, Coffee with Kim, Coffee Before Chaos now. It'll be really great. Thanks, you guys, for all the patience while I'm pregnant and being unreliable.
In your new studio, will a microphone be included in that?
There is a microphone. I set up my Rodecaster. There's everything. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be.
We need to do that because
it sounds like you plugged a headphone jack into a potato.
It's
You've been
rough.
waiting for that one. You've been waiting for that one, haven't you, Enrique? You've been waiting to say that.
I was going to cut her off earlier. Your sound's a lot better now than it was before.
Yeah.
But we're dying here at the Warboy Studios. We're dying for you to get your Rodecaster up and running.
Please.
So you sound crispy.
Yeah, I just need a connection piece for my microphone, and I'll be all good. But
so
how much is it?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'll Venmo you. How about that?
I'll send it to you. I'll get it. I'll Venmo you.
My ears are worth more, right?
Huh?
Like my ears are worth the investment, and
yeah,
the one that of our viewers.
Yeah, our viewers is what I'm worried about. There was a few complaints in the comments.
Yeah,
someone wanted to start a give, send, go for you, so we could get you.
I still need to figure out how to set up my shop because I do want to raffle off the VIP Warped Tour tickets still.
Okay.
So that'll be coming up too. So keep an eye on that.
So to support Kim, it's give, send, go /
get me a new microphone.
Throw away the potato.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Okay, so in my closing, I do want to. Somebody had put this. Reno, what about ProudBoys.club? That is the Brian James website for the this fake entity that he has created. So if anybody goes there or sees anything, avoid that like the plague, because I will be going hard on anybody who claims to be us from now on. I've been quiet for a long time about it, but I will be going hard on anybody who claims to be us, because it's starting to become a security threat to us.
Yeah.
A security threat to my guys, and I don't think none of our guys are going to accept that, so I won't either. In closing, just to wrap up everything, Bongino's a bitch. And I'm glad Insurrection Barbie had posted that she's glad that he's back on the mic telling the truth. Listen, I agree with her. I am glad that he's back on on his Best Buy microphone, right? Instead of being the lead for the most prestigious law enforcement agency in the world, because he doesn't belong there. He doesn't belong there. He's a quitter. Okay. We need to protect Ed Martin at all costs. I hope Judge Janine Pirro. I hope Janine Pirro realizes from all the shit that she's getting that she is completely wrong. And I hope that if she doesn't, I hope the president fires her. I hope the president fires Pam Bondi. I used to not have a position on Todd Blanche, but I hope he gets fired too. And I hope Ed Martin becomes a temporary Attorney General of the United States for the 6 months that it takes the Senate to confirm one, because they're never going to confirm him anyways. So I would love to see Attorney General Ed Martin.
I think he would go through this shit like a fucking tornado through a trailer park.
Oh, they know
for
it
that
too.
6 months.
That's why they're scared.
Yeah. Let's see what happens with this investigation to the Georgia election. Nothing ever happens, but let's hope I'm wrong about this. But I've said this before about a whole bunch of investigations, and I've been wrong. So let's see where this goes. I canceled, and I will be refunding anybody who put money into my family's Give, Send, Go. I'll be returning that today. And please, please, please don't forget, most importantly, to help a January 6th family. Tonight, Saturday night, 7 p.m. Saturday night, 7 p.m. It's an option. It's an auction. Bring your wallets. There's multiple ways I think that we'll have to pay for the items that you purchase. I think there's going to be multiple.
Barry,
auctions.
is this what you were telling me about this morning?
Multiple auctions.
Yeah. There's going to be multiple auctions on that day. let's raise some money for this family.
Yeah,
we're
really
going to be
in need.
releasing their names soon. And we got a lot of cool shit. I gave up a lot of fucking cool ass shit for this, like very unique items that I can't get back.
It's too late, buddy. Yeah, I've taken a lot of shit and a lot of heat because I've basically, and it's even further than he knows. I master manipulated him into giving up his personal items that he doesn't
making
want.
me work like a fucking slave.
That part's only half true.
You're a resident house nigger.
And so I definitely, I encourage you guys to please share that out and get involved Saturday night. It's going to be a huge help. Just sharing the post and, the live space out is huge. So
yeah, please.
Yep. You can find it at The American Rise. If you're not already following that X page, you're a piece of shit. So don't be a piece of shit.
Let me see if I could pin it. Oh no, I can't find it. I'm going to pin it right now. So just give it 5 minutes, go to my account. It'll be the pin post on my page. All right, so that concludes today's news brief. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to go to Warboy Studios, hit the post notification button so you know when we're live. Tonight, we're
at 9?
Some Arc Raiders at 9 p.m.
At 9 p.m.
9-ish.
Gay.
Either 8:45 or 9:30, but no later.
Why don't we play some old school, like classic Sega Genesis games?
I'm down to do that.
That'd be
About
cool.
watching those games.
Actually,
yeah.
We can't stream that though. There's no way to stream that shit.
You could stream it.
There's got to be a website.
I swear my
an
husband
emulator.
today was like,
Oh, an emulator, yep.
Halo. Nobody gives a shit about Halo.
I will fuck you guys up on some Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
I bet you would.
I don't even remember how to play it. I think it's like a ring.
I doubt that you could.
Yeah.
You got no controller memory.
Probably not.
All right. GoldenEye. Somebody mentioned GoldenEye. That would be
Yeah.
actually a fucking amazing night. I don't know how you do that online.
Remember Nintendo 64 Perfect Dark?
Perfect
I
Dark was
played
a
that
clone.
one. That was a good game.
Yeah.
I
Perfect
played
Dark
that
was a
one.
clone of
Yeah.
GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
America's
was.
Army.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did it. Dude, they did a remaster of GoldenEye that you can actually play on the Xbox store.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
So you can you could stream it.
We've been nerding out too long. Thank you guys for watching. And this concludes today's news brief.
Load up on guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello.
Peter said Ethan Nordine was the undisputed leader of the group that day as they tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
An FBI agents arrested Proud Boys former national chairman Enrique Tarrio at this home in Miami. By 2 this afternoon, he was in federal court.
Here we are now.